Good morning. So I am blessed that I can come to the hub early and do the Superhuman protocol and charge my body at a cellular level. So this is the PEMF mat, full body mat. It's a square wave. So the wave, it's not really a wave, it comes up through every cell in the body. But what particularly fascinated me about this is piezoelectric. It's sending information into the body. And when we have crystals, which it turns out we've got all over the body, nobody ever told us. I knew we had them in the pineal gland. I didn't realise that the fascia was a crystalline plasma. And the fascia is thought to be where all the information is held. And the fascia, the meridian system is like a compacted fascia, so it makes sense of Chinese medicine, it makes sense of the body holding the score, it makes sense why tapping, why acupuncture, acupressure, reflexology, working on that meridian system is so powerful, and why it can be quite gentle. I mean, this is a perfectly pleasant experience. What happens is that when so many of us are dehydrated, low in fats, because we're fed that bullshit about low fat. And I mean the good fats, not the crappy trans fats that they try and palm off to us now, palm oil, etc. That's a whole other video. But what happens is when we're a bit contracted, and so many people come in here are exhausted, anxious because of the microbiome and life just in general, going for hundreds of appointments and never all the tests and everything coming back clear, but still feeling terrible, getting offered antidepressants. When they know they're not depressed, they know there's something not right. And it's very simple from my perspective. It's the parasites, the fungus, often Lyme's, viral. What we call a virus, because you'll get people going, there's no such thing as a virus. This is not what this is about. This is about how people are feeling and the labels and names that we've given to things. So when you're on this PEMF machine, PEMF mat, and you can see it's twitching the muscles involuntarily. It's kind of interesting for me because obviously 20 years ago we had the vibro gyms and we were focused on vibration training and this muscle twitch involuntary and how we can use this phenomenal technology to be healthier and fitter and cleaner on the inside. So I digress. So this is a cell in a contracted, depressed state, and this is a cell in a beautiful, relaxed, courageous, peaceful state, an observer state, a witness state, a neutral state. And then when we start complaining, blaming and shaming, we change the structure of the cells in terms of the contraction and the light. So literally when we're like quacking, as they say, when we're bumping our gums, gossiping, bringing each other down, every cell in our body has this contraction. And if the food, because our ludicrous government has made crap food cheap and real food hugely expensive, when that's all we've got to put into the body, well, the body starts to contract and darken because it's not getting what it needs to rest, restore and repair. It's not rocket science. Food is medicine, and it also can be poison, and that's what's happening now. People are getting poisoned by the shite food that the government have got on all the shelves in our supermarkets. Anyway, that's another story as well. When you're on the PEMF, that beautiful signal is going through, it's charging, it's electricity, right? Every cell holds a charge. And the piezoelectric nature of the fascia, the information's getting right all the way through. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting people on the mat and helping them to let go. Because for some reason we still want to hold on to the stories, the labels, the concepts that are really not serving us. Holding on to the past, holding on to ancestral memories or whatever we're doing. And when we're on here, it's so much easier to release and let go. And I don't know why we hold on, but we just do. And I see it all the time. And to be free from the past, and not to forget, but to be electrically free. Because when we think about the pain from the past, we feel the feelings again and we electrocute ourselves. That's what we do. So when we're on this penth mat, we're in this state of expansion, 40% bigger surface area. And when I'm finished here, I'm going to go into the EWOT, and then I'm going to breathe in 90-95% oxygen, and I'm going to oxygenate this environment, because we know that dis-ease cannot live in an oxygen-rich environment. That's why the hyperbaric oxygen is so good for people. And the great thing about hyperbaric is you don't need to have any level of fitness. You can go in a wheelchair. You can sit in a chair if you're really done in. And what we're seeing with a lot of people with long COVID, that label, again, all the naysayers, there's no such thing, it doesn't matter. That's the label that we've got. We're calling people vaccinated and unvaccinated that are exhausted, that have had the COVID infection, COVID vaccinations, and their life has just never been the same since. It's a post-viral thing as well. So it's been around for ages, and hyperbaric oxygen is really helping people to climb out of that intense fatigue and heaviness of the body. So then after we oxygenate every cell, all 80 trillion of them, we go into the Theralite bed and we saturate. I've been sitting out in the sun for an hour this morning already, and we flood the body with the goodness of the sun. We've got a Theralite bed, a 360, I believe, the only one in Scotland. We also have a UVB cabinet. You just go in there for 30 seconds, to 3 minutes, depending on your skin tone and exposure. And then, so that's giving you, I don't know, a lot of the great information that comes from the sun. And unfortunately in Scotland, we are just simply are not outside enough because the weather's so shit. So what we're doing is we're mimicking nature here to get these cells back into this expanded state. And of course, letting go is my big passion still. I'm working with the microbiome. People need to understand when this isn't happy. They're even calling it gut anxiety now, because the anxiety is coming from the microbes. Watch the Josh Axe video that I posted yesterday about how many billion microbacteria and microbes live in our digestive system, and what's happened with the contraceptive pill, antibiotics, with dental work, mercury, etc. We've destroyed a lot of the bacteria that help restore and repair our bodies. So, and there's parasites in there eating all our B-vits, all our affecting the iron levels and affecting our hormone levels. And then instead of addressing this, what do? We'll take more of this, take more of the hormone, take more of the probiotics, and we'll just take more B-vits, etc. And we're just feeding a problem and it's not going away. And in my experience with my own body, because I've suffered from candida my whole life since I discovered what it was, I didn't know for years. I suffered. I was really low for a long time because I didn't understand what was going on in here. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping people to understand if you've got systemic fungus, you will be miserable. It doesn't kill you. It takes a long time to kill you. But it can turn into other diseases down the line. But it destroys your quality of life. It destroys your levels of joy. So understanding that and understanding how to rebalance that, and it's not expensive to do it, is really critical for you getting your energy back and getting your life back. So if you're exhausted and demotivated, apathetic, then there's a very good chance. I was talking to my son about this the other day. He says, if you feel like that, why wouldn't you just take ivermectin or a parasite cleanse anyway? Because it's always about cost, isn't it? What I'm seeing now is people are coming to me, they've already been to the doctor and they've had allopathic advice, then they pay to go to another doctor to get more allopathic advice, which just means drugs and surgery, or passed on to another expert. This is never addressed. We're not doing the tests, as far as I'm aware, that really can tell you whether you've got candida or a parasitic infection. And that is absolutely shocking in 2026. I've got a device that can, 2 devices that can really look into your microbiome, and we can discover if your zoo is out of control, and we need to take our control back over this ecosystem we call the body. So enough from me. I'm away to do my EWOT. Have an awesome day.